Welcome back to another video, everyone. So today is the Pomona Reptile Super Show, Saturday morning. Most of you guys at the time of this upload, you guys are already on your way. Maybe you're already there at the show. Unfortunately, we couldn't be there today for reasons that you already know if you're paying attention to the previous videos, but we still wanted to come at you with a video on our regular Saturday schedule. So it's going to be really tough to beat some of those amazing animals that we showed you guys last week with the Indonesia unboxing. But we did plan on giving you guys an update on those animals, but they all went into shed. So they've all fed basically 2 times and then straight into a shed cycle, which is normal. And I like it when that happens actually, because they shed and then they look absolutely amazing post shed. So we will definitely, hopefully next week, we will give you guys some updates. For those of you that were super blown away, as I was, with the leucistic Boiga Synodon, they are both in shed and they've both eaten. So fresh shed, I can't wait to see what they look like. I'm super excited about it. So in today's video, it's not going to be a real long one. We are going to give you guys some more updates, because even though we get new shipments and things show up, other things are still happening here. And so this one was kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know if you guys have seen these before. These are Aplopeltura boa, Malaysian slug-eating snakes, and we had 2 clutches of eggs laid for the imported animals that we brought in, and we hatched so far in the first clutch 2 little tiny slug-eating snakes. So these are going to be quite challenging to get started, to get feeding. But basically what it means is I'll be creeping around in the backyard probably in about a week. These haven't had their first shed. They just left the eggs yesterday. So we will be looking for small slugs and small snails and see if we can get them started. There's 2. They are pretty much the same. This one has a little more pattern. I think they'll color up actually as they grow, because the females that these came from were amazing. The 2 most amazing females of that group actually were gravid and laid eggs. So we got 3 eggs in the first clutch, 2 hatched, 1 went bad. It was an infertile egg. And then I'll spin this around. We have 1 more clutch of 4 eggs from another female. And so those are the 4 eggs there. I didn't put them on top of the plastic grate because the eggs were too small and they wouldn't sit right. So I just kind of tucked them away to the side. So those eggs are probably going to be hatching any day, because they were roughly just laid maybe like 3 days after the first clutch. So those are going to be hatching really soon. I can already see the eggs are starting to turn dark. You can kind of see it through the white shell, just slightly transparent. So those will be interesting to see how they look. And I'm a little nervous on getting these guys established, but hopefully I can pull it off. It's probably not a question of whether or not they'll eat or not. It's a question on whether or not I can find small enough prey. So I'm going to give it my best shot. We don't use any pesticide in our backyard. So usually what we'll do is we'll water in the afternoon, and then that usually in the dark. As soon as it gets dark, I'll creep around maybe after dinner with my flashlight. And it usually brings out all the little slugs and snails and stuff. So we'll see. I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to show you guys these little new ones, newborns, new hatchlings. So I haven't shown you guys these in a while, so I figured I'd do an update. These are the Antaresia papuensis. This is one of the babies from last year. So this is a yearling, clearly established and feeding and doing quite well. And then in my right hand, this is one of the brand new babies. And this particular one has just had its 2nd meal. So the babies are kind of following suit with the ones from last year. I did scenting with tuna, pinky mice scented with tuna on these guys. And then I got a couple of them for the 2nd meal, took unscented. And the yearlings are just feeding like normal, unscented, just regular. Frozen thawed, they love live food. So I kind of switch it up a little bit, but coming along quite well. So I'm very happy with that. And so the little ones are feisty, but man, you can see the difference in size is pretty incredible. So we're doing really good with the Papuensis, with the spotted pythons. And so I think what we're gonna do is try to get one more season of breeding accomplished, hopefully, and add some more babies into the world. And then I believe we'll start to release these to you guys. So it was a little nervous and frustrating at first, but you know, none of this stuff comes without its challenges, but we're doing good. Obviously in my hands is it's showing a kind of a lot of success. I've talked about this before many times, but you know, just the act of getting those animals here into the US and into the hobby and all that is just like it takes a couple of miracles for all that to happen, and then to end up having males and females, and then of course the breeding and then the hatching and the whole bit. So we are doing quite well, so I'm very proud of these. So another quick update on the diversions that we got, what is that, I guess almost 2 weeks ago now, 2 weeks from tomorrow, I think. So yeah, 2 weeks ago. And so these animals have fed already and they're doing really good. Of course, these are the Philippine mangrove snakes. In my right hand is a normal phase that's het exanthic male, and in my left hand this is the exanthic, visual exanthic female. So she actually took a frozen thawed pinky and a live very small rat pinky, and so coming along really good. Always a little worried about when stuff gets sent over from Europe, because I never know kind of like what's getting sent, but they're feeding and they're doing good, so happy about that. So here's another one. I don't believe I have ever shown this one. This is a Ladefaciata, also from the Philippines, a mangrove snake, but different subspecies. This is a female. And so she ate yesterday, and she's also full of follicles, and I have no male here for her. I'm going to be sending her to Malaysia, but it's going to be probably about 7 weeks or so from now. So sometimes the follicles will stick around for a while before they reabsorb, but I don't know. We'll see. I try to make it to a point where, like, I hope, it's nothing that I can do, but I just hope when animals develop follicles and I have no males, and I just hope that they reabsorb. But sometimes they kind of just go through the motions and they just lay infertile eggs. So it's a first time breeding for this female. She's like 5 or 6 years old and never been with a male. And I have a proven male in Malaysia. So I'm pretty sure that as soon as they get to each other, things are gonna happen. But for right now, no. So just something that I haven't shown you guys before. So being that we're not gonna be at the show, these 2 female nigroceps are something that I was planning on having on the table, but I figure may as well show them to you guys in video. So from Malaysia, Boiga nigroceps, and 2 like very different color phases. This one is the really nice green looking one, and then this one is a very, very nice orange one, very bright color. So they've been with me for a little while now, feeding, established, treated, the whole bit, but yeah, won't make it to the show, so these won't make it either. So I figure I'll just take the time and show you guys a couple of the things that we would have on the table if we were going to be there. So this is turning into a bit of like show and tell, but this is one of the calico Chinese beauties that I showed from the very beginning as little tiny hatchlings, and clearly they are growing into some pretty nice looking animals. Sending these to Malaysia. The snake just ate, so I don't want to stress it out, but I just want to give you guys a quick look. It is cool. So one more snake that I haven't shown you guys in a while. We have 2 pairs of our long-term Boiga melanota Malaysian mangrove snakes. This is a really, really big male, and we have one other that's the same size. And we have decided that we are going to sell the 2 pairs. And under normal circumstances, I probably would have brought these to the show if we were doing the show. But I think I have a couple people on my infamous waiting list. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I have to offer to them first and let them do whatever it is that they do. But it's really cool though, because both males are really chill. They're really docile. The females are a little feisty, but the females aren't this big either. So this one is a bit aberrant. So pretty cool. Easy eaters, easy feeders, frozen thawed, whatever I put in there, chicks, rats, mice, the whole bit, you name it. So he just shed last night. So I figure, oh, he's got me tied up here. So I figured I would show this guy to you too, because he's super nice and glossy black and big and impressive and awesome snake. There you go. So super cool. I'm kind of sad to have to sell these. They've been good breeders. The females lay lots of eggs, and we've hatched babies and the whole thing, but it's just too difficult for me to manage while I'm gone every year for like 7 or 8 months at a time. The pairing is an issue, having people pair these at the right time and all that. So it's time. So, and sending these back to Malaysia makes no sense because we already have a bunch over there. So, but these have become like kind of like pets almost. I'm sort of attached to them, but really cool. So that's gonna do it for the video, you guys. Sorry for such a short one, kind of jumping around a lot. I did plan on giving you guys like Indonesia import updates on all those animals, but it's gonna have to wait one more week, and then I'll show you guys some freshly shed updates on those guys. So if you went to Pomona, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry we couldn't be there. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.